Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet the great Rebeca Johnson. She is a retirement coach and she's a real estate investor. And she's going to talk about how she personally never plans to retire and why. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I think the idea of retirement is changing. When I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, everybody looked forward to turning 65 and getting that gold watch and then calling it quits. But these days, Betty White was an actress into her late 90s. Dick Van Dyke is still acting. He's 100. I don't plan to retire, and neither does my next guest. Rebeca Johnson's in the studio. She's a retirement coach, a very successful real estate investor. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for having me. And you are one of those great stories of the transition from newscaster to entrepreneur. So congratulations.
I'm truly blessed. Well, you and I had a phone call before the show, and we talked about the idea that some people retire and then they slowly start to die. They don't have a purpose anymore. Maybe they golf, but I mean, that's not a reason to get up in the morning necessarily.
Right. That's right. So I retired, and after many decades in the corporate world, hair on fire, just constant Zoom calls, constant meetings. And on December 31st, I retired. And on January 1st, or that Monday when everyone's going back to work, I had a ton of free time. Mm-hmm. And so it was at that point when I had to decide, I had prepared financially.
Yes.
I hadn't prepared emotionally. Physically,
yes.
I hadn't prepared for what are you going to do with this time?
Yes.
And aging is a gift, but it's not easy.
Yes.
So at that point, I had to really think through, what do I want to do with this next chapter?
Yes.
To make it epic, to make it what I want it to be.
Yes.
And I could sit at home and watch Netflix, which is not bad.
Right.
Once in a while, but I'm just not wired that way. And there's so many problems in the world today,
yes,
that I just need to help. I want to be a problem solver.
All right, so before we get into talk about your real estate career, let's spend some more time talking about retirement and coaching. So will people hire you to help them navigate this new chapter of their lives?
Yeah, so I came up with a framework to be able to guide myself through it. Mm-hmm. And what I have found in the world of retirement coaching, a lot of, more than anything, at least what I needed, was another human. I needed that human connection. I needed someone that had been through the journey and made it to the other side and reimagine their life in just this amazing way.
Yes.
And I needed that human element, and I couldn't find it. Mm. So I spent a lot of time researching and just soul searching. I went to a conference called the She Laughs Conference. And it's basically it's Proverbs from the Bible. She faces the future without fear. And that day spoke to me and led me on the path that I'm on today. And so I've developed a framework to help retirees like myself who don't want to do the traditional retirement, want to reimagine their lives to do the things we've always wanted to do, but never had the time to do because we were doing the things we had to do.
Amen.
Right? So now is the time to truly become that identity that had been wanting to happen for a long, long time.
Yes. Well, let's talk about real estate. We're going to pull up your website. It's Red Door Property Solutions is your website. You specialize in people like kind of nearing retirement and they're deciding what to do?
I do. 50%, startling statistic, 50% of homes in the U.S. are owned by boomers. Our generation, because we grew up with what do? You go to college, you get a job, you buy a home, have a family.
Right.
That's the way our lives were structured. And the boomer generation continues to hold the majority of the real estate. But we're aging, and in many cases, aging out of our homes. They no longer work for us. They were built for a family, and now they're empty, or at least the upstairs are empty, and stairs are a problem, and they're not in the neighborhoods we want to be anymore. Or we decide that we're going to go live in a more active community.
Yes.
So as our lives change, our housing has to change. So this is an opportunity to help those of us that are finding the next place to live that suits their life and helping them make that transition.
Well, I know your husband is near and dear to your heart. We're going to put up a picture of you and your you guys are practically newlyweds. How many years now?
40 years. 40 years. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, 40 years. It'll be 41 years in October.
And he helps you in the real estate business?
He he's involved but not involved, because he knows that he just lets me do my my thing, and he does his thing. He likes a more traditional retirement.
Yes.
And I like a very active retirement.
Cool.
So he's my number one. He's my sounding board, and he's always been my rock.
Well, let's talk about the real estate market, because you can watch the news and they can scare you off from ever making another purchase again in your life. Do you see mortgage rates are in the mid sixes right now? Do you think we're in the sixes for a while? Are we going to dip into the fives? And is this a good time to buy a home?
I think interest rates, if you look back 30 years, interest rates, when we were in our 70s and 80s, right, interest rates were 19%.
That's right.
And so 6 in comparison to that time is actually pretty low. Are we going to go back to where we were before COVID, the 3s and 4s? Probably not. Probably hang around 6. But even that feels high.
Right.
But what's mostly the biggest issue is just there's not enough affordable homes. So what's happening in the real estate market is a lot of creative financing. There's opportunities to finance your way into a new home.
Yes.
It's different than there was in the past.
Yes.
So a lot of creative options, not bad creative options. There were bad things done in the past.
Well, I have to imagine many of your customers, they've got some equity in their home, and so if they are selling, they've got some cash to move into the next house.
That's exactly right. Because that equity today, those homes today, you may have a lot of equity in the home, which can help you unlock that equity and put you in the place you really want to be that suits your life today.
Right. And in that case, a mortgage is not an issue, because you could move from a 5,000 square foot home to a 3,000 square foot home and do an all cash offer.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of people moving to the beaches, right? Because that's they want to spend time, or their grandchildren, or just be able to get into a community that has more retirees around them, so that they'd find a new community of like-minded individuals, which is really important.
Let's talk about second homes, because I know we live in an area with a lot of beautiful lakes, and I'm always I live in West Plano, and I get these mailers about these beautiful lake properties. I mean, is that a hot thing right now? Are people looking at kind of second homes?
We live an hour and a half from Dallas on a lake, in a lake community, and it is, again, it depends. Everyone's got to make up their minds in terms of where they want to live and how they want to reimagine their lives. We love our rural community. We live there's 200 homes. It's a gated community in rural Athens, Texas.
Beautiful.
And it is a wonderful, wonderful life. And people are a wonderful lifestyle. And people are coming from Dallas to be able to either buy that second home or just leave Dallas altogether.
Yes.
Because they just want something different.
And the pace of life in Athens is a little slower than
Yes,
Dallas.
it is. Yes, it very much is. And yet Athens High School is in the same school district as Highland Park.
No kidding.
So Athens High School has to compete aggressively with the standards of a Highland Park. So it's a great rural
Yeah.
It's a great
And it's the birthplace of the hamburger. Look it up. It really is.
There it is. I love it.
All right, we have about 2 minutes left. So, Rebecca, why don't you look into the camera on the left and talk to that person who might need to contact you?
You feel free to contact me. You will get what we provide is the human touch, that person-to-person compassionate care. You can reach me at reddoorpropertysolutions.com.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to end with her website. We're going to put it on the screen. And thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.